Hello, excuse me. Hello out there. This is a Monday night preview for week 17, our last week before winter break. It's been an unusual one. We were informed that we have, as you can see, access to our classrooms again. The good news is all the custodians who had interacted with the high school teacher who tested positive, they are COVID negative, which is good news. So hoping that teacher gets well soon and everybody else stays healthy, of course. So our schedule for this week, we will have a work exchange. I'm looking forward to that. Among other things, some weather books will be going home. So students be ready for discussing with me tomorrow during our reading small groups. I'd like to find out from you what your reading preferences are. So this group over here, the Thursday group, 2, 6, 8, 9, 11, 15, 19, 25, 26, let me know tomorrow. This will be part of our survey, in fact. Let me know, remind me rather, what your weather preferences are. If it's you want to learn about storms, specifically hail or hurricanes, etc. Because Wednesday, you're going to pick up the books between 10 and 4, and you can keep them over the break, obviously. And then when we come back, we can apply what you've learned for our reading strategies. I plan on sending some other things home as well, including passing along the party favors, Armand's birthday party favors, which were supposed to go home earlier December. So thanks, Armand's family, for that. I think everybody's gonna love those. So speaking of Wednesday and the assignments, remember, students and parents, I'm using this here. See where it says assignment page? It's also at the top of our website here. And the assignment page looks similar to our schedule. And I'm leaving assignments here. And so I wanted to go through these, not too in depth, just to give you the basics. So students and parents, I'm leaving IXL activities. So the link, as you can see, it turns to a glove there. So that's a live link to IXL. I left the shortcuts. Six students have finished it. 16 haven't yet started, which is okay. But if you could start doing that perhaps this week, finish it over the break, that would be great. So that's math. Also for math, we have a concept of the week. We've been doing this for a while, the math. So for the math concept of the week, I'm also introducing, speaking of IXL, there's a sort of a checklist here, a progress slip that I want students to enter. For example, last week 16, I gave a bunch of assignments. So students, when you do that and you finish it, you can completely delete the not yet so that this shows me you're done. And if you're really picky about whether or not it's centered, you can be like me and make sure it's centered. The big thing is, once you finish this, this is how you let me know you're done. I, of course, can see in IXL whether or not you're done, but I think this is a nice way of holding yourself accountable for things that you have finished or not yet finished. So yeah, we did. This one here was the academics. Make sure to do your own little, again, four games. Some of you are doing the same game because you love it. That's fine. Some of you are doing different games and comparing them. That's great too. So this goes back as far as 15. So in addition to a math sort of composition book portfolio, I'm now going to roll this out for California Changes, our California history class. And the first thing we're doing is taking what was in our physical book. We did this activity, and now we're doing a digital version of the same activity, just to wrap up the artifact section. As we go into winter break. So you can look at my samples here. The link to all of these, instead of being in Google Classroom, I wanted to give something that was more accessible, and I don't know, felt like it. So assignments here, including surveys. Yeah, the one thing about assignments is I won't have assignments for future weeks. I mean, it operates opposite of our schedule. For example, our assignments say week 17, 16, and it goes down that way. So it's in descending order. Whereas our schedule, because I like for families and students to know, what's coming up down the road, it's in increasing order. So that's a quick overview. I did want to point out, speaking of our schedule, that between 10 and 10:50, the fourth grade classes of several schools, Cornell and Ocean U for sure, are going to be having an assembly between 10 and 10:50. So there will be no reading lab during that block. So I also rescheduled I think that was a writing group, and I think the writing group has been, I think that's here now. Well, in any event, that is another thing to be on the lookout for. I'm looking forward to it. And that's it. Oh, again, in addition to up here, if you want to find the assignments, you can also click here or there, as the case may be. All right. That was a lot of fast talking. I hope that was pretty clear. I'm excited to be back in a more temperature-controlled environment than my garage. It did okay for stopgap, but high-powered Wi-Fi, temperature control, everything I need. Well, okay, blah, blah, blah. Hope you're all doing really well. Students look forward to resuming learning tomorrow. Bye-bye, everyone.